biggest dating hack I can give you is that women do not pursue. A lot of people don't like to hear that because we are growing up in this society where we are told that women can do anything men can do. And we biologically can't, and we shouldn't. There's a reason why, in essence, women are more in their core energy of femininity, and men are in their core energy of masculinity. Neither energy is toxic. And if you want a man to pursue you, you yourself have to be in the opposite energy, which is femininity. When you're in your feminine energy, that is what creates polarity that sparks attraction, and it will make men be drawn to you naturally. If you're ready to get out there and date again, get on dating apps. I help clients revamp their dating profiles to pick the pictures and the profiles that spark the most conversations and attraction.
Men have to approach us. Men have to ask us out on dates. Men are biologically programmed to want to chase women. Let me tell you something about modern day society, guys. There is very little incentive for men to chase modern women, to be the ones who are messaging first, to approach women, to walk up to strangers and talk to them and try and create a spark there, okay? What happens is modern women get to the age of 30, they have been screwing around their entire life, failed to lock down a man, and now they want men to approach them. They ask themselves the question, where have all of the good men gone? But the fact of the matter is that all of the good men no longer want to approach modern women. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again. And on today's episode, we have a little bit of a hilarious one for you here today. We are going to be kicking it off with this woman right here. And we are going to be talking about men approaching women. Okay, because this is a huge argument that's going on, a huge debate, which is, why is it that men are not doing this anymore? Okay, I know back in the day, for example, there are lots of men who would say this was normal. You would go up to a woman, you would approach a woman, you could talk to her. But these days, guys, modern women there is no incentive for men to do this. Okay, so let's jump in. We're going to be kicking off with this woman right here, 30 plus years of age, single. Let's take a listen. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
Very at peace being single.
And I promise it works every fucking...
I've been very at peace being single for like almost a year and a half. Like, actually been doing better than I ever did in a relationship. But unfortunately, I have had the urge to date recently. And like, there's a guy that I'm pretty sure is into me, and I've been waiting for him to ask me out, and he keeps not doing that. And I just feel like I have a history of asking people out, and I want to be pursued.
Damn, that's so weird. So this is funny, okay, because she thinks that this dude is interested in her, but he just won't ask me out. Okay, here's the problem. The man probably isn't interested in you. Okay, men have very little incentive to engage in actual relationships with women these days. Okay, that's number one. That's the most likely chance here, which is that this guy doesn't want a relationship with this woman. She probably thinks that he's interested, but he's not actually interested. Scenario number two, which is less likely, but still possible here, is just that the man doesn't view it as worth the risk. He doesn't want to be treated like trash. He doesn't want to be shamed, because there are so many men who go through the experience of asking women out, or they approach women and they are just made fun of. They are mocked. They are treated like trash. They are thrown away. They are treated rudely. Okay. And this is why, add on top of that all of the risks and things like this. Why would a man subject himself to this? Even if he is interested in you, right? Even if, and that's an if, he is interested in you, why should he go through that? And if your argument is like, oh, well, he's a man, he has to do that. Okay, if you want to go down that road, we could start asking questions like, have you been with previous men before? Because if you're looking for traditional treatment from men, but you're not a traditional woman, then we might have to have some problems here.
And like, I think part of it is like, yes, I'm at peace, but I'm also bored. Like, dating is fun. And I hate Hinge. Like, I just can't get into it. I like can't see someone just online and like want to hang out. It's just too weird. So yeah, okay, I'm kind of going on a tangent now, but I feel like I've asked people out before and then I've ended up being more into them than they are into me, and I want someone that's into me. So the first step in that is them asking you out.
Guys, something that modern women seem to fail to realize every single time that they go out here dating is that the reason why all of their relationships, quote unquote, or situationships seem to go this way is because they are attracted to men who are not interested in them. Okay? Men who, unfortunately, guys, back in the day, I'm sure chivalry was something that would work, right? You could get a woman flowers, and this is something that would absolutely work, and they would appreciate the flowers, right? You go out there, you ask a woman out, and she would probably appreciate it. These days, guys, if you're a man and you do these things off the bat, women are going to look at you like you're a freak. Now, you can sit here and you could say, oh, that's just some barely animated vampire man on the internet talking. Go out there and try it. Okay? Because the fact of the matter is, guys, that chivalrous things, asking women out, taking them out on dates immediately, you know, asking them out for dinner and stuff like this, unless you are very attractive, and even then you're succeeding in spite of, women just kind of think you're weird, right? Let that sink in for a second, guys. Chivalry has moved so far away. Like, women do not appreciate this crap anymore unless you're very attractive to them, right? And even then, right, if you're a very attractive guy and you do this crap, you didn't need to. You literally didn't need to. You are succeeding in spite of. So when women come on the internet and they say, well, I just want a man who asks me out. No, you don't. Your track record says the complete opposite. If you wanted men who would ask you out, all you would have to do is say yes, because I guarantee you this woman has options. So guys, please understand this, okay? When they say, oh, I just want a man to ask me out, I just want a man to be interested in me, they're talking about the very attractive men, okay? And
that's what I'm fucking looking for. At least that's how it works in my brain. So if you're dying to ask me out, I'm ready.
So there is science behind.
Right. So she's ready to be asked out. Okay. And so many of these modern women, they're just ready, guys. Now that they're 30 plus or they've been with a whole bunch of bad boys, guys, they are ready for you. Yes, you to ask them out, and you should feel privileged. But let's jump into this next clip here, okay? Because we have another woman talking about this. I see this from all kinds of ages, from women actually, from 20 through to whenever, essentially. Because you'll have women in their 50s who are out here divorcing their husbands these days, asking where all the good men have gone. Absolutely hilarious. But we have this woman right here who is basically saying the same thing as well as this woman that we played at the beginning. Holy hell, that is scary. That men should pursue, right? So let's take a listen.
Men are born to pursue women. Men court women. That's how it works. It doesn't matter what his text meant. It doesn't matter if he liked your Instagram story or sent you a fire emoji. That's so easy to do.
Right, so this woman says that it's men's job. Men are supposed to. What did she say? Men biologically are supposed to do this. Let me just play that beginning again here for a second, because that's kind of funny.
Men are born to pursue women.
Okay, am I allowed to start making statements like women are born to be in the kitchen? Like, I'm so confused here, guys. Like, where exactly is the line drawn? Because every time I see these TikTok videos, we hear all about what men are supposed to do, what men are supposed to do. You guys will notice in my videos, okay, I don't say women are supposed to do anything. I don't say men are supposed to do anything. I can give you recommendations, but hell, nobody has to listen to me. I'm just some random dude on the internet. I don't care. If people can make whatever decisions they want to make in life. But I see these TikTok videos all the time where women will come on and they will say, men have to do this. Men are born to do this. Men have to provide for me. Okay? And like, if we want to go down that road, You know, how come, why is it that when men make the same statements about women, we'll just be banned from the internet? So you're allowed to sit here and say men are born to pursue women. But if I say anything, I can't even say a lot of these sentences because I'll just get banned. You see what I'm saying, guys? Right? It's just very interesting how all of this is allowed to fly in mainstream media, music, movies, right? Men have to do this, men have to do this. But if you say, hey, listen, I don't want a woman who is 300 pounds and eats a lot of McDonald's, you're like, you don't like women, apparently. You see what I'm saying? Let's continue.
Men court women. That's how it works. It doesn't matter what his text meant. It doesn't matter if he liked your Instagram story or sent you a fire emoji. That's so easy to do. That doesn't mean anything. Stop wasting your valuable time and energy trying to dissect a man's actions or trying to control the way that he perceives you. You can't control it. So you might as well reallocate all of that beautiful energy, your whole essence, back into yourself. And I promise it works every fucking
You know what, guys? I actually half agree with these women, okay, here. Which is that, hey, listen, if a man's not putting in effort, if he's just having bedroom fun with you and that's it, you probably shouldn't be dating him, okay? I can agree with that premise. The problem is women want to be with 20 dudes, 30, 40 different men, and then they want to start to think like this. Right? They become single mothers. They become divorced. They get with 50 dudes off of Hinge. And then they want to say, wait a minute, now I'm looking for a real man who's going to offer the chivalry up front. Guys, I don't mind these traditional behaviors, okay? I don't mind the traditional roles that men had. I don't mind the traditional roles that women had. But the thing is, so many of these women, what they do is they demand traditional treatment from men, but they're not traditional people at all. So they might say to you, hey, listen, you have to ask me out on a date. You have to, take me out to dinner. You have to plan dates for me. You have to pay the rent. You have to fix things that break in our house, or you have to fix the car and things like this. But on the flip side, she's sitting there and she's posting photos of herself to Instagram wearing barely any clothes. And it's just weird to me how traditional behavior from men is like, yeah, men need to do all this. But then you look at the women's side, and we have women out here with the majority of them, a lot of the women who are complaining about dating, they've got an Instagram account with like 2,000 followers or hundreds of people following them, posting questionable photos of themselves online. And it's like, you want me to have chivalrous behavior for that? Like, that's the trade that you're offering men. Chivalrous behavior for a non-traditional woman. Doesn't really sound fair to me. But we have, I believe this might be today's final clip here. No, we've got a couple more to cover. This is a woman who we featured on the channel before as well. This is the one who was talking about the science behind cheating and basically defending cheating beforehand. So now we have the science behind why men should pursue women. Let's take a listen to this one.
And pursue them. So men's brains were wired to be hunters. Back in the day when guys had to go out and hunt for their food, their brains are wired to be better at picking up moving stimulus and taking visual cues. And they have a lot more of the hormone testosterone, which pushes them to go after what they want. So this is why in movies you see a pretty girl walk by and then the guy notices and goes after her.
It's funny, right? Because she's trying to make the argument that that men are hunters, right? And we pursue our targets and things like this. But what these women don't tell you is that, back in the day, we probably didn't hunt ants. We didn't hunt things that have no benefit to us, right? In the same way that these days, we don't like to pursue women in a chivalrous manner who offer nothing to us. Right, this would be the equivalent, using this woman's little analogy here, this would be the equivalent of hunters back in the day, and we're out there hunting fish that are like the size of peanuts. It's like, okay, complete waste of time, Like, it's like going back in the day, guys, and literally setting up full-blown traps and going through all of this nonsense, and at the end of the day, what you're catching is like ants, That's the equivalent of modern day dating. It's like, yeah, you've got to do all of this kind of stuff And then you'll find your woman, and your woman is like some girl who's been on Hinge for 3 years, or she's a single mother, or she's divorced, or she's narcissistic. The best odds that men have with dating these days, guys, is literally to, you know, be the most attractive man, option number one. Option number two, move to the middle of absolutely nowhere. Or option number three, leave their countries. Right? These are the viable options that kind of men have these days if they want to have a woman who's more traditional minded. Like, I wish I was joking about that, guys, but you have lots and lots of men who are just leaving their country. They're going to Southeast Asia, you know, they're looking for Filipino women, all of these sorts of things, because they don't like the dating culture and the women who grow up in these countries these days, you know, these modern day women who don't appreciate chivalry. It's like, even if a man wants to be chivalrous, he just gets treated like crap for doing it.
This chase stimulates the reward center in a man's brain. Now, for women, studies have shown that our brains are more wired to choose between different suitors. This is because with reproduction, women are the ones that get pregnant, carry the baby for 9 months, and so we're taking the greater risk. So our brains are wired to help us be selective when choosing the best mate. So I say we get back to the natural order of things. Guys, work hard to pursue. Women, choose wisely.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Have you guys noticed that some of my videos have gone missing over here on YouTube? That is because I am slowly moving them over to locals where I can actually host them without the risk of getting in trouble. If you are not aware, many creators are starting to move over to places like locals, Rumble, etc. because YouTube is not really a free speech platform. So if you are interested in supporting the channel and getting access to videos that are no longer available here, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals. The link will be in the video description down below. Supporters get access to their own exclusive videos that are no longer available to the public. So make sure you go to the link in the description and join us over there now. But anyway, guys, back to today's episode. Yeah, I say we get back to the part where women receive everything and have to do essentially nothing. Yeah, fantastic. Of course you would take that position, right? Because, guys, what happens is these women, they become womanists, right? From the ages of, like, you know, 18 to 30, probably even before then. The indoctrination begins in school, you know, primary schools and things like that these days. Good job, government. But, you know, they become womanists, and then they get into their 30s and they're like, wait a minute, I want traditional things back. These traditional things didn't sound too bad. The man has to do everything and the woman chooses. It's just very funny to me, guys, how women, they get to a certain point and they're like, wait a minute, I liked it better the other way. Men, please come back. And all of the men were like, you know, men will sit there and we're just like, you told us to screw off for a decade of your life. You treated men like trash. You think that you're the best individual to ever walk the face of the planet. Okay, but now that you're 30 and you want someone to fix your dryer, now I have to turn around and commit to you because that's the biological way that things were intended? I don't think so, guys. I don't think so.
I'm Angela. I'm a life coach. Follow for more.
There is never a good...
Wait. Did that woman say that she was a life coach? There's no way. There's no way, guys. Absolutely no way. So this woman, this is the last woman that we'll be covering here today. And then I'm going to go leave and going to detox myself at the gym. This woman is kicking it off by saying, there is never a good reason for a woman to pursue a man. This is going to be a banger. Let's take a listen.
reason for a woman to pursue a man. I said what I said. And if you've sent over some green light signals so that he knows he won't be rejected if he pursues you, that's it. That's all you need to do. That's it. If he likes you, he'll pursue you. There is no need for you to do anything. And I'm just so confused, I guess, by the women who want to fight me on this and say, oh, no, like, men want to be pursued. Now, for those men out there who want to be pursued, okay, fine. More power to you. But here's what usually happens when a woman pursues a man. And by pursuit, I mean she's the one always initiating texts and dates and planning. If a guy is not interested in you, that will fizzle out really fast. If he's a little bit interested in you, a little bit attracted, a little bit interested, he'll reply. And you will end up in the passive reciprocation loop, meaning you reach out, he replies, and he's friendly and he's nice, and maybe you hang out, maybe you hook up, maybe you go out on a date. But if you stop reaching out to him, you'll pretty much never hear from him again. And most of the time in those cases, those relationships just fizzle out because there was not enough there in the first place. So this is why it's just, I just don't see any need, any benefit for you to pursue him. If he likes you, he will pursue you. It's just the way that it is.
Says the 40-plus-year-old life coach here. And you know what, guys? I don't really care, okay? If women also want to completely abandon dating, that's totally fine by me. I don't think a lot of these modern women are worth pursuing anyway. But guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. Don't forget to go and check out Ministry of Masculinity. He is the one that sent me today's clips. And as always, make sure that you take care of yourselves out there. And I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.